Sister wives shocker, Kody Brown rushed to the hospital, and just when fans thought things couldn't get more intense, Robyn drops a bombshell confession that has everyone talking. What really happened? And what does this mean for the Brown family moving forward? Stay tuned, you won't believe this one. In an electrifying twist that sent Sister Wives fans into a frenzy, shocking news has emerged from the Brown family's tumultuous front. Patriarch Kody Brown has been hospitalized under mysterious circumstances, while Robyn Brown has made a jaw-dropping confession that's turning the headlines upside down. Late last night, exclusive sources revealed that Kody Brown, 56, was rushed to an undisclosed medical facility after experiencing sudden and severe health complications. Though the cause remains private, whispers within insider circles suggest he was taken to the emergency room earlier this evening after collapsing at home. The news has sent shockwaves throughout the series' fanbase, with supporters expressing concern over whether this crisis could spell a deeper personal reckoning or on-screen cliffhanger. While details have not been publicly confirmed, observers recall other tense medical moments connected to the Brown family. Most notably, Robyn's hospitalization for COVID-19 in the season 17 arc, where Kody, also ill, waited outside distraught and blue as can be, fearing she might not survive, still haunts the minds of longtime watchers, monsters, and critics. In a surreal twist, Robyn Brown, Kody's remaining wife, surfaced shortly afterward with a dramatic and controversial confession. I feared leaving the family in ruin without me, according to sources. She admitted that her confidence had been eroding for years, that she believed the plural family structure might not have withered had she remained more vocal early on. This admission has reignited the debate over her role in the family's disintegration, already stoked by years of suspicion regarding her influence over Kody. One insider shared that fans were divided. Some viewed the confession as candid and introspective, while others saw it as yet another plea to shoulder blame. Online, one vocal critic wrote, "She never just let it be, it's always something. Robyn acts like she's got all the power, then whips out a guilt trip the moment things fall apart." The fallout online. Fans react with fury and sympathy as news spread. The Sister Wives subreddit exploded. One fan angrily posted, "Robyn's confession feels like manipulation. She frames it like she's the savior, but it just confirms what plenty of us saw. She was playing chess, not just living life." Conversely, some fans showed compassion. "Maybe she's finally cracking under the pressure. The guilt of watching everything collapse around her could actually be humanizing." A pattern of drama. The Browns' public struggles continue. This latest development lands on the heels of ongoing familial turmoil. Christine Brown's revelations, detailed in her new memoir, have already reshaped the public's perception of the Browns. She candidly shared her struggle with oxycodone addiction after knee surgery, calling the high she experienced absolutely devastating and emphasizing how fraught the fallout was emotionally. Further, Kody's admission last May of being sick of the criticism surrounding his bond with Robyn, as a higher love only added fuel to the fire. Robyn, in turn, indicated she was losing respect for Kody over his handling of estranged children. As fans await official statements, rumors swirl about the nature of Kody's hospitalization. Was it stress-related? A sudden illness? And how will Robyn navigate the fallout from her confession? Will this saga lead to increased public sympathy, or deepen the rift between Robyn and the show's loyal fanbase? The answers might only come when the next episode airs, or when TLC decides to comment. The bigger picture. Polygamy unraveled, one blow at a time. What's clear is that this latest event, real or dramatized, symbolizes the ongoing unraveling of the Sister Wives' legacy. A family once united under a shared spiritual covenant is now fractured under confessions, envy, and vulnerability at best. Robyn's confession could be seen as a moment of rare transparency, a complex individual reflecting on her role in a collapse that may not have been entirely her fault. At worst, it could be dismissed as another masterstroke of manipulation in a long series of public performances. Only time, and possibly the next season, will tell whose narrative becomes the definitive truth. Insiders close to the Brown family claim that the atmosphere in the home had been highly strained in the days leading up to Kody's sudden hospitalization. Though the official cause has not been confirmed, a family friend, under condition of anonymity, shared that the patriarch had been battling symptoms of extreme exhaustion and elevated blood pressure, allegedly due to mounting stress over both personal and public scrutiny. He hasn't been sleeping, hasn't been eating right. The man is under pressure from every angle: his kids, the media, the fans, the production team. Something had to give, the source said. Speculation suggests Kody collapsed during a tense confrontation with one of his older children, possibly related to lingering estrangement issues. Fans of the show know that his relationships with several of his children, particularly those from Yanel and Christine, have deteriorated drastically in recent seasons. During season 18, his emotional distance was laid bare when sons Gabriel and Garrison expressed feelings of abandonment. If this argument truly was the spark that led to his hospitalization, it adds yet another tragic chapter to the family's ongoing unraveling. Robyn's emotional breakdown, filmed or fabricated perhaps most controversially, sources suggest that Robyn's confession was captured on camera, and not necessarily spontaneously. A production assistant allegedly leaked that Robyn was encouraged by showrunners to speak candidly about her regrets and feelings of guilt, hoping to craft an emotional arc for the upcoming season. It wasn't scripted, but she knew what she was doing. There was this sense of now or never. If she didn't say something big, she risked being perceived as irrelevant or cold, the insider claimed. This raises questions about how authentic the confession really was. Did Robyn open her heart in a moment of emotional clarity, or was it a calculated bid to reshape her public image as the last wife standing? Social media remains divided. Hashtags like Team Robyn, Robyn Exposed, and Save Kody have all trended within the last 24 hours. On TikTok, amateur body language experts are dissecting Robyn's interview frame by frame, pointing out her blinking rate, voice pitch, and whether her tears were real. Christine, Yanel, and Mary react or stay silent. As of now, Christine Brown has not issued a public statement on Kody's health scare, though she's been active on Instagram promoting her memoir and recent podcast appearances. Some fans found her silence telling. Others, however, defended her choice to disengage, citing years of emotional neglect and the painful dissolution of her marriage to Kody. Yanel Brown, usually more reserved, posted a cryptic Instagram story shortly after news of the hospitalization broke. It featured a simple quote: "Sometimes peace looks like walking away." The post was deleted within an hour, sparking speculation that it may have been an indirect response to the situation, or pressure from TLC to remove it. Mary, on the other hand, posted a long and emotionally charged entry on her Lularo blog, where she spoke of emotional manipulation, freedom in solitude, and not going back just because someone falls. While she never named Kody directly, many believe the timing speaks volumes. TLC's Crisis Management and Ratings Gold TLC has not officially commented on either Kody's condition or Robyn's confession, but industry insiders suggest the network is in full damage control mode, even as they prepare for a likely ratings windfall. "This is the kind of drama they can't buy," said a former network publicist. Of course, they don't want anyone to be hurt, but when real-life tragedy intersects with a show already in emotional freefall, you better believe they're pivoting to capture every second. It's widely rumored that filming resumed within hours of the medical emergency, with a full camera crew dispatched to the hospital waiting area and Robyn's home. The upcoming season, already deep in production, may now shift focus entirely to Kody's recovery and Robyn's public redemption arc. Critics have slammed TLC for exploiting the family's trauma, while others argue the Browns voluntarily signed up for this level of exposure and compensation. The children caught in the middle. For many fans, the most heartbreaking part of the saga remains the impact on Kody's 18 children, many of whom have expressed deep emotional wounds in recent seasons. Aspen, Gwendolyn, and Michaelty, Christine's daughters, have all been critical of Kody's parenting in the past. Gwendolyn even launched a YouTube channel to discuss episodes and offer her own commentary, often criticizing her father's choices. While none of the children have made public statements yet about the hospitalization, sources close to the family suggest that several of them were notified after the fact, and not by Kody or Robyn, but through a producer's assistant. A few of them are really upset they weren't told immediately. It's just another example of how fractured the communication has become, the source claimed. From patriarch to pariah, is this the end of Kody's legacy? Once the firm and self-assured spiritual leader of a proudly polygamist family, Kody Brown's journey has increasingly mirrored a Greek tragedy. Betrayed by the very ideals he preached, abandoned by 3 of his wives, and estranged from many of his children, the man who once stood at the helm of a bold social experiment is now alone and potentially broken. His hospitalization may not just be a medical emergency. It might represent the culmination of years of emotional turmoil, public criticism, and personal regret. Viewers who once saw Kody as charismatic, passionate, and driven have watched that image erode, season by season. What remains is a man seemingly clinging to the wreckage of his once grand vision, with Robyn as his last remaining ally, or perhaps, as some fans argue, the architect of the collapse. Is Robyn a villain or the last victim? Robyn Brown has always been the most polarizing figure in the Sister Wives universe. Introduced in Season 1 as the new wife and symbol of change, she initially won hearts with her emotional transparency and dedication to the plural family ideal. But over time, fan sentiment shifted. She became associated with favoritism, manipulation, and the breakdown of relationships between Kody and his other wives. Her tears, once seen as sincere, are now mocked in memes and parodies. Still, in her confession, Robyn may have finally acknowledged the very thing fans have long accused her of denying. Maybe I underestimated what it took to hold this family together. Maybe I thought love was enough. It wasn't. Is this confession a turning point? Could she be attempting to reclaim control of the narrative and her own identity after years of being cast as the villain? All eyes now turn to whether Kody will recover, and what his future with Robyn, the show, and his estranged family will look like. Will this scare prompt reconciliation with his children? Could this lead to a reconnection with his ex-wives, even if only for closure? Equally intriguing is whether Robyn's confession will spark any meaningful change, or whether it will simply fade into the ether, like so many emotional climaxes before it. One thing is certain: the Brown family's saga is far from over. A family fractured, a legacy in limbo. Whether you view them as pioneers of an alternative lifestyle, cautionary tales of fractured faith, or reality TV's most compelling train wreck, the Browns have always embodied something larger than themselves. They've lived their lives, raw, flawed, and very publicly, through the lens of modern polygamy and family struggle. Now, with Kody Brown lying in a hospital bed and Robyn grappling with public backlash from her bombshell confession, the once proud Brown family teeters on the edge of irrelevance or reinvention. Will they rise from the ashes? Or will this be remembered as the moment the Sister Wives' legacy finally came undone? In a bombshell development that has sent shockwaves through the world of reality television, Meri Brown, a former star of Sister Wives, has reportedly submitted a secret recording as evidence in a court proceeding that's finally validated what many insiders have long whispered. The dynamics between her ex-husband Kody Brown, and Robyn Brown were far more manipulative, tumultuous, and emotionally charged than ever publicly acknowledged. The hush-hush filing earlier this week, documents filed in an undisclosed jurisdiction, revealed that Meri submitted a previously unheard audio recording, recorded in secret, capturing candid conversations between Kody and Robyn. According to the filing, the contents go far beyond awkward family tension, hinting at intentional manipulation, emotional gaslighting, and the engineering of separations to serve Kody and Robyn's strategic advantage. The court has sealed the file for now, acknowledging the sensitivity of the material. A tangled past revisited for years, Meri's split from Kody was painted in the public eye as a gradual unraveling, emotional distance, spiritual misalignment, and confusion. In interviews, she has conveyed uncertainty not only about Kody's commitment, but about Robyn's sincerity too. I don't know. I think that she did want me to stay. I feel like she was sad, but then things were not matching up still. Nothing hinted at outright betrayal until now. Land battles and lingering resentments adding fuel to the fire. Earlier this year, Kody settled a bitter property dispute with Meri and Yanel over the Flagstaff, Arizona land known as Coyote Pass. Initially purchased for family homes, tensions reached a crescendo when Meri and Yanel threatened legal action, accusing Kody and Robyn of exclusion and unilateral decisions. The settlement divided the parcels, some for all, one exclusively for Meri and Yanel, one retained by Kody and Robyn, but did little to quell lingering resentment. According to those close to the case, The recording captures Robyn expressing to Kody her concerns about Mary's presence, concerns she allegedly said in private but never reached Mary's ears. Observers who have heard snippets claim that Robyn appears dismissive of Mary's emotional well-being, while Kody seems to reinforce her words, subtly suggesting Mary was out of place and no longer aligned with our family. One insider described the tone as calculated coldness. Another revealed it wasn't a heated argument, it was clinical. Mary's stand: "I need people who help me move forward." In recent interviews, Mary has repeatedly emphasized her commitment to personal growth and clarity. Addressing rumors of a possible reunion with Kody and Robyn, she flatly denied interest. "I promise that one's never gonna happen." She stated that her exchanges with them are on occasion only, and only when necessary, but those closest to Mary say the recording filing marks a new chapter, not of reconciliation but of exposure. After years of confusion and emotional isolation, she apparently believes there must be accountability. What this means for sister wives and beyond. The implications of this revelation are profound. Reality TV ethics questioned. If such emotionally damaging private conversations are now public legally, what does it say about the boundaries, or lack thereof, between televised lives and personal trauma? Robyn and Kody's stewardship under scrutiny, real or not. Listeners may now question whether Robyn's reserved public persona masked strategic maneuvering, and whether Kody's role as a father figure of polygamy concealed a darker emotional agenda. Mary's transformation, her recent statements about not seeking out her former sister wives and demanding personal peace, could now be seen in a new light: less detachment, more self-preservation, a dramatic continuum of confrontations. Family confrontations on sister wives have been intense, but mostly contained to spiritual and emotional ground. From accusations that Robyn manipulated Mary into divorcing Kody, to Mary's removal of Kody's name from a sign and destruction of marital symbols. Alabouthatia.